On the green leaf mine eyes were fixed, like his who throws away his days in idle chase of the diminutive, when thus I heard the more than father warn me, Son, our time asks thriftier using. Linger not, away. Thereat my face and steps at once I turned toward the sages, by whose converse cheered I journeyed on, and felt no toil, and lo! A sound of weeping and a song, my lips, O Lord, and these so mingled, it gave birth to pleasure and to pain. O sire, beloved, say what is this I hear? Thus I inquired. Spirits, said he, who as they go, perchance, their debt of duty pay. As on their road the thoughtful pilgrims, overtaking some not known unto them, turn to them, and look, but stay not, thus, approaching from behind with speedier motion, eyed us, as they passed, a crowd of spirits, silent and devout. The eyes of each were dark and hollow, pale their visage, and so lean withal, the bones stood staring through the skin. I do not think thus dry and meagre Erisichthon showed, when pinked by sharp-set famine to the quick. Lo, to myself I mused, the race, who lost Jerusalem, when Mary with dire beak preyed on her child. The sockets seemed as rings, from which the gems were drops. Who reads the name of man upon his forehead, there the M had tracked most plainly. Who would deem, that scent of water and an apple, could have proved powerful to generate such pining want, not knowing how it wrought? While now I stood wondering what thus could waste them, for the cause of their gaunt hollowness and scaly rind appeared not, lo! A spirit turned his eyes in their deep sunken cell, and fastened then on me, then cried with vehemence aloud, What grace is this vouchsafed me? By his looks I ne'er had recognized him, but the voice brought to my knowledge what his cheer concealed. Remembrance of his altered lineaments was kindled from that spark, and I anized the visage of Phorese. Ah! Respect this wan and leprous withered skin, thus he suppliant implored, this macerated flesh. Speak to me truly of thyself. And who are those twain spirits, that escort thee there? Be it not said thou scornst to talk with me. That face of thine, I answered him, which dead I once bewailed, disposes me not less for weeping, when I see it thus transformed. Say then, by heaven, what blasts ye thus? The whilst I wonder, ask not speech from me, unapt is he to speak, whom other will employs. He thus, the water and tea plant we passed, virtue possesses, by th eternal will infest, the which so pines me. Every spirit, whose song bewails his gluttony indulged too grossly, here in hunger and in thirst is purified. The odor, which the fruit and spray, that showers upon the verdure, breathe, inflames us with desire to feed and drink. Nor once alone encompassing our route we come to add fresh fuel to the pain, said I? Solace rather, for that will to the tree leads us, by which Christ was led to call Elias, joyful when he paid our ransom from his vein. I answering thus, Phorese. From that day, in which the world for better life thou changedst, not 5 years have circled. If the power of sinning more were first concluded in thee, ere thou knewst that kindly grief, which re-espouses us to God, how hither art thou come so soon? I thought to find thee lower, there, where time is recompense for time. He straight replied, To drink up the sweet wormwood of affliction I have been brought thus early by the tears streamed down my Nella's cheeks. Her prayers devout, her sighs have drawn me from the coast, where oft expectance lingers, and have set me free from th other circles. In the sight of God so much the dearer is my widow prized, she whom I love so fondly, as she ranks more singly eminent for virtuous deeds. The tract most barbarous of Sardinia's isle hath dames more chaste and modester by far than that wherein I left her. O sweet brother! What wouldst thou have me say? A time to come stands full within my view, to which this hour shall not be counted of an ancient date, when from the pulpit shall be loudly warned th unblushing dames of Florence, lest they bear unkerchiefed bosoms to the common gaze. What savage women hath the world e'er seen, what Saracens, for whom there needed scourge of spiritual or other discipline, to force them walk with sea-overing on their limbs? But did they see, the shameless ones, that heaven wafts on swift wing toward them, while I speak, their mouths were opt for howling, they shall taste of borrow, unless foresight cheat me here, or ere the cheek of him be clothed with down who is now rocked with lullaby asleep. Ah! Now, my brother, hide thyself no more, thou sayest how not I alone but all gaze, where thou veilst the intercepted sun. Whence I replied, if thou recall to mind what we were once together, even yet remembrance of those days may grieve thee sore. That I forsook that life was due to him who there precedes me, some few evenings past, when she was round, who shines with sister lamp to his, that glisters yonder, and I showed the sun. 'Tis he, who through profoundest night of he true dead has brought me, with this flesh as true, that follows. From that gloom the aid of his sure comfort drew me on to climb, and climbing wind along this mountain steep, which rectifies in you whatever the world made crooked and depraved. I have his word, that he will bear me company as far as till I come where Beatrice dwells, but there must leave me. Virgil is that spirit, who thus hath promised, and I pointed to him, the other is that shade, for whom so late your realm, as he arose, exulting shook through every pendant cliff and rocky bound.